Hot shit, we made it. And so did you. We're all here in the same room. Hey, Alex. Look good, man.
Hey, Tyler. How's it going?
Is it cold in there?
Yeah, man. It
Nice.
is. And it's actually not warm in here. So
Well, you know why that is.
why?
This is the future,
Unfortunately.
right? Freezing your baguettes off. And welcome, everyone, to the future. Your favorite fucking podcast. Just kidding. Whatever. What are you doing? Violet, you're turning violet, Violet. What the fuck is he doing? Dude, the purple's great. What are you looking at? Porn right now?
You like the purple one?
Yes, look at that. Look at that. Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka.
Oh, what I didn't tell you is these are new lights for the OnlyFans page I'm starting on our show.
Nice.
So yeah, it's in our show. My OnlyFans is in the show, so just be ready.
I don't know if I'm ready, let alone the audience, but we'll fucking figure. Are you practicing gargling? Is this for the first episode that you're doing?
Yeah, man.
What does your shirt say? Type 2 diabetes?
Yeah.
Oh. Holy shit, it does.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah. It's a mashup shirt with, typo negative. And
I thought it was typo negative.
Yeah, no, it is. It has their whole like scheme, whole color scheme, and like the way they write. Yeah, it's a mashup with Wilford Brimley, type 2 diabetes, type 2, instead of type, you get it. Yeah.
No, I got it. I picked out, but I was being a smartass. I thought it was a type 2, like, typo negative shirt.
Yeah.
And then I see the D, I'm like, wait, that spells fucking diabetes.
Yeah.
Damn it, someone thought of the joke before I did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's both.
That's a good fucking shirt. You know what we need on this show? More of those shirts. We need more clever shirts. We'll take care of it. We'll go shopping. Don't worry about it.
Forget about it.
Mm-hmm. Holy fuck. So how you been?
Been pretty good, man. Been all right. Actually did some stuff that I remember, so it's not just a boring ass time for me. So
you wanna share one?
Yeah, I went to Wheeler Walker Jr. He played at the
Fucker.
Rosen in downtown.
Yeah, you did.
I went to that. He is fucking awesome. Like the way he performs, like his songs, like he's a really good performer. He's a really good musician, which is he was a comedian and an actor, so he's used to performing. But like he's really good. He's got a voice on him. He could sing. He has like 5 or 6 full albums now, so he has the catalog to create a really good long show. I mean,
Right.
He did like an hour and a half or more, and he has a song. You would have loved to be here for this. He has a song called "Drop 'Em Out." It's all about tits,
Yeah, yeah.
And so it was towards the end of the set, probably like this is probably like 3rd song to the end, something like that. He goes, the lights went down, the spotlight came on him, and he was getting all serious. He's like, this next song, it's a political song. It's about the right and the left. About how we need to. Well, it's a song about politics, about how we need to come together and stop. Fuck it. This one's about tits. And then he kicked in. The song's "Drop 'Em Out."
Yeah.
And as soon as he started playing the song, I look up in the balcony, and there's probably like 10 sets of tits out.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, there's just tits shaking.
Man, that doesn't even happen anymore.
Yeah. And I was like, that's why he wrote the song. He's like, I want to be able to see tits at least once a night.
Yeah, I'm bummed. Just so for those of you who know that we listen to Wheeler Walker, I did not make it to that show. It was my own fucking fault, pretty much. So that's on me. That's why I wasn't there. Because when I wanted to go at the last minute, there were no fucking tickets. That's the truth. Also, there was no public transportation, so I got fucked.
That's true.
I'm glad you had an awesome fucking time. That I really did last minute. I was like, I'll go. And then I looked, I was like, I won't go. I won't be able to go.
Okay.
Life's
Yeah,
like, no, you're not going.
yeah, it was definitely, yeah, it was sold out, it was packed.
That's great.
He had some funny banter, he did that with with the tits, and then he like second song, like after the first or second song, he goes, Portland, it's a real fucked up city you got going on here. All the drugs. I'm thinking about moving here, and he kicked into the next song. It's fucking great.
Whatever, man. I disagree with him.
But
This place is not great.
no. Well, I mean,
I'm kidding.
yeah,
The longer I've been living here, I'm like, fuck me. Like, what
yeah.
the fuck?
Well, it's just funny because it's like it's his that's his characters to be like that
I
fucked
love
up,
it.
sex crazed, doing drugs, party dude. So he's just like, yeah, this place is fucked up. I love it. Let's go do drugs on the street.
Yeah. If he's not joking, I'm not into it. But if he's joking, I get it.
But it's
He
his
might
whole
be moving here. You don't know. A lot of
yeah.
musicians moved here.
Well, yeah, it's his whole character. Like he's obviously not Wheeler Walker. It's
Right.
yeah. So it's like his whole. That's like when he's Wheeler Walker, he's Wheeler Walker. He's not like it's not a joke to him. He's like actually doing it, but like
Yeah.
it's
But it's
obviously
a role.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a role. Yeah.
No, I get that. I think it's pretty fucking cool. But also, I mean, like in all seriousness, he is married. So I mean, I imagine he has to have some way to turn it off in some regard.
Oh yeah, when
Because
he's
his
not.
wife's not married to some dude who fucking talks a life like that.
Well, no. Here's the thing. It's just like being an actor. When the camera is on, so to speak, he's Wheeler Walker.
Yeah.
Wheeler Walker. When camera's off, so to speak, he's who he is.
Right.
But I mean, it's just like anything. If you really want to break it down, like Johnny Cash, like he wasn't the man dressed in black and all serious and doing all that, like until he became that. Like he was never like he was not any of his songs. Like he's not
Yeah.
like Boy Named Sue. He's not
Well, he was a singer, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get,
like
yeah,
it's
I get what you're saying. I just feel that I know this happens, like where people have these stage personas and they bleed into their real life.
sure.
One
And who
takes
knows?
over.
Who knows? Maybe it is. Maybe you could have went to like a glory hole after the show, and he'd be in there being like, "Hey, come on, let's do it." Like, who knows? I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, like, Elton John is Reginald White or whatever. You know what I mean? Like but he's like, no, I'm not Reginald. I'm not Reggie. I'm Elton. Reggie's gone.
It's
So
so funny.
once you kill who you used to be to become who you want to be,
Mhm.
then you are. But I think what I'm saying is like I think Wheeler Walker, because it seems like he has a serious. He's probably one of those people that still is doing both sides, flipping the coin. He's like, I take the hat off, I go home, I live my. I'm a husband and whatnot because
Yeah,
it's such an outlandish personality, right? I mean, it's all the way to the max. Wheeler Walker is like balls to the wall, fucking
yeah,
insane. If he lives his lyrics, there's no way he has a healthy relationship in a marriage. Like, so it's like I'm interested in that. But like, what do? Do you take the hat off and then you know what I mean, or do you like wax your mustache and you become Wheeler Walker? Like, what do you do to get to get yourself like, all right, let's go
right,
snort some fucking silly string and get this going. All right, 2 hours, then I'm back to my life.
right. Well, I mean, it's like an Andy Kaufman thing,
Yeah, but he
yeah, like it's like an Andy Kaufman thing, when Andy would go when he was like alone, he probably wasn't the guy that was always wanting to wrestle women. It was just like when there was people around and like the camera was on, so to speak. Like when he was that, he was that. But like when he was by himself in his room playing with his stuffed animals and shit like that, he was probably just Andy, you know. Or maybe not. He was a psycho. He was the psychopath in the best way. So who
I
knows?
don't I don't know. I guess what I'm getting at is when a person has a stage persona and a non-stage persona, I always wonder to myself what it's like in their downtime. Like, are
Right.
they nailing it, or are the lines being blurred? I
No.
can't, you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I could see myself, like, let's say he's married and all that shit, and then that all falls to pieces, and one day he's like, "Fuck it, I'm Wheeler Walker full time." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, here we go.
Well, I mean, that happens. Like, this is a bad example because this person's an obvious idiot, but um, Kid Rock. Kid Rock isn't a fucking like hillbilly from the South, that's a good old boy like he tries to think he is, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like he's not like he became that guy. He was from like Detroit. He
Michigan.
had his money, his parents had money and all that. Like he was a wealthy kid that like liked hip hop and like breakdancing, and he had everything handed to him. And then all of a sudden he became like this. He did a song with Sheryl Crow and became like a fucking country music musician. Like he
Right.
became the people that started listening to him. He became the character.
Well, look at Dan Whitney,
I don't know who that is, but yeah.
cable guy, Larry the fucking
Yeah.
Cable
Oh.
Guy, right?
Mhm.
We talked about him before, but I'm just thinking to myself, like, let's just say, and probably not, but writing a check at the grocery store, and the woman's like, "You're Larry the Cable Guy," and she looks at the check, be like, "Who the fuck's Dan Whitney? I'm
Yeah.
not cashing this piece of shit."
Yeah.
Like, wait, I'm Larry, bitch, I'm Larry. Hang on, just
Yeah.
give me my fucking groceries, all right? Like, yeah, I like the idea of creating a persona. I've often thought about that, like, but what I always wondered, like, does it what is it? When do you just say, "I'm this person now"? Because they do
I'm
that.
sure.
Prince
I'm
did that,
sure.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure for Wheeler Walker, it's probably hard for him to turn it off. I bet. You know.
That's what
I'm
I'm
sure
yeah,
it's.
I think it's
I'm
fucking
sure.
awesome, but his lyrics are fucking crazy. I mean, it's one thing like Madonna, like Madonna's not Madonna, but we call her Madonna. That's not her fucking name, but that's what we call her. But her
Yeah.
lyrics are like, like sex and like that, and it's believable, and it's kind of out of bounds a little bit. But like with him, Wheeler Walker, his lyrics are fucking crazy. Like they're great, but it's like you're living like
Yeah.
that. You're not gonna live. You're gonna die. So that's why I'm upset. I'm like, if he's really turning into Wheeler Walker full time, I need to see this show before he's dead. Jesus,
No, I don't think it doesn't seem like it. It seems like it's.
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's in control. Would be the way to put it.
Yeah.
Intentional.
He's great though, man. His backing band was one of the best backing bands that I could remember seeing. They were like professional, like
Just crushed it.
crisp, like just crisp, clear, precise music. That was like no one messed up. It was like on the fucking like dot every time. And they sounded so good. Like it was probably the best sounding music, like quality wise, that I've heard at the Roseland. And I've seen a lot of shows at the Roseland, like countless shows, a lot. And it was like they did something different. Like they got a new soundboard or they brought their own. It was like fucking like really good.
Hmm.
And so they had this they have a lap steel player, this
Yeah.
guy that plays
Yep.
lap steel. This guy was like three of me. He was huge, just big fat dude. And he like me and I went with friend Alan, and the whole time like we were laughing at him, at the lap steel player, and at Wheeler, at the lyrics and everything.
Right.
But we kept on looking at that fucking dump truck, is what we were calling him. And because I love it, because that's who I am. I'm just a fat idiot too. So I'm like, I'm not like making fun of him, but I'm like laughing because who he is like makes me happy. Having, like, had
There's
his
more of us.
yeah, he had his lips out like this, and he's like, and he was so good, and he played a guitar every once in a while, you know, every other song, and he just like be doing these scales on it, and just like it's like you're making. It's just so crazy that this like novelty country, basically, this like funny song, dirty song country musician has like one of the best bands out
Sure.
there. Like it's like a legit like any front like any artist would be, I'm sure would kill to have that band. Like they were so tight, so talented. They put on a great show. If you are weary about seeing Wheeler Walker, don't be. Anybody should go. It's a really good
Yeah.
show.
Like I said, you couldn't get tickets at the end, so people knew the secret. I'm glad you got to go, man.
Yeah, and he has this style where he dresses all in black, you know, black cowboy hat, black everything, wears sunglasses the whole time, and like has this like um stoic personality, like this aura about him, where he's just like he just puts his hand out all the time like this, and he's just like doesn't smile, doesn't talk a whole lot, does some banner like I was talking about, but it was mainly just very like I'm a badass dressed in all black, and I'm here to fuck your ladies, your guys, here to do all your drugs. I'm just, you know, I'm here to fuck and party. And
Right.
like, it was cool. Rad.
No shit. I just wonder what conversation he has with himself in the dressing room, you know? I'm
Yeah.
always intrigued by that shit.
Your Wheeler, your Wheeler, your Wheeler, your
Right.
Wheeler. Get
Exactly. That's cool, man. What else did you get into?
it. That's all I can remember.
Well, let me ask you a question then. What about did he have any cool merch?
He did. And the line was too long and I didn't want to wait, so I didn't get any. But
Yeah, I hear that.
yeah, he had like, you know, cool shirts that had his new album on it. You know, new album's called Ram. He's riding a big ram
Mm-hmm.
in space or something like that. They had like shirts that, you know, that said part of the, you know, some lyrics, you know, like some
Right.
dirty lyrics.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah, he had a lot of shit. He had a fucking hoodie for like $80 or some shit. I was like, what, get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, I pretend I like to fantasize that you and I are so successful that we're in a situation like that. And I gotta be honest with you, man, at least in the beginning, like I would want to get our shit out there. So I
Yeah.
would sell a $40 hoodie,
Yeah.
right? Or even cheaper. But I don't give a fuck. Like honestly, we make $5 a piece. I don't give a shit. Like now our name's out there. But 80
Yeah.
bucks, I look at $80 and I'm at a show, and I mean I'm usually drunk or high at least. And I buy a lot of shit when I'm drunk or high. I see $80, I just keep fucking walking. I'm like, fuck no. Are you
Yeah.
crazy? You want $40 for a fucking t-shirt? It better be soft. Like, I'm picky now.
Well, when I saw Judas Priest like a couple of years back, and this was like 2019, the beginning of 2019 maybe, and all their sweatshirts were $100 plus. They had this like crazy looking leather jacket that had Judas Priest on it. It was purple and like had the cross on it and everything. This crazy big leather jacket. And I think it was like $700 or some shit.
Somebody was fucking high and bought it, like guaranteed. That's why it was there.
Yeah.
That's nuts. I mean, it's not for people like us. That's what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? But to me, it's like I like the idea of selling the merch to get it out there because you're buying our billboard. So I want
Yeah.
you to wear the billboard and promote the show. That's the whole point for
Yeah.
us. So I'll charge you a little bit less for the hoodie or the t-shirt if you wear the motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how, because I was at it, you know me, I work shows for, you know, whatever, and I see the merch all the time, and I see how much merch goes back. So I could tell you that if you're pricing your hoodies at 60 or higher, you're not selling very many.
Right. Well, I know there is a reason why that they're that much is because they want to make a certain amount of money on
Uh-uh, I
each
get it.
piece, right? And a lot of venues, especially the bigger ones, like where I saw
Charge.
Yeah, they charge. They want a piece of it. So they go, well, we have to sell it for this much now because
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't argue that. Like if you're in a venue, let's just say it's us and we're touring and we're selling out the fucking stadium, and they're like, I'm fantasizing, all right. But in any case, it's like they would be. I don't know. I would just I want to do something. I'm that way, man. I'd be like, listen. I'd probably say on stage, but like, listen, you can go buy our shirts from Live Nation, or you can just go to our fucking website right now. Here you go. Here, and I'll put a QR code on stage, and I'll let everybody fucking scan it. Half
yeah.
off for everybody. Order them right now, and they all order them. And I'm like, okay, everybody's order. All right, now back to the show. Fuck off. Like Live Nation can kiss my ass. I've seen it. Like I know what you're talking about because the prices are the same for every show or higher. Like when
Mhm.
we went and saw Rob Zombie. Wait, that wasn't you. When we went and saw Neil Young, sorry, when we went and saw Neil Young, the prices for t-shirts were like 45, $50. Rob Zombie historically, like that shit is always cheaper than that. And it
Mhm.
wasn't. Same venue, a month later, same prices. I was like, damn. So I was like, they didn't pick these prices. There's no fucking way. Because Rob Zombie doesn't give a shit. I mean, I know he does, but he probably thinks more like us. It's like, yeah, it's cool if they wear the shirts. Let him. I know my people are broke, but Live Nation's like, if you could afford to get in here, you could afford to get fucked. It's like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Crazy. You're carrying around this shirt and you're trying to find out when you pissed on it by accident because you're taking a pee and you got it in your hand, and now you pissed on your $60 t-shirt. It's just not worth it.
Mm.
So yeah, we're gonna do QR codes at our shows, just so you know. Save some money. We're here for the people, damn it.
um, how about you, man? How are you doing? How's life in Tony Land?
It's chaotic, man. I'm just trying to hold the fuck on. When I after I hung out with you, I went to shot pinball. I got fucked up and got lost on mushrooms. I took mushrooms and rode the max.
Yeah, you came into my work to hang out, like play pinball and stuff, and then you're like, I microdosed on mushrooms, and I could tell that like you were like, yeah, you did.
Life's
Uh,
so fucking boring. I had to step it up.
yeah. But yeah, any interesting things on the train on the way home?
Honestly, it was the most. So I left your place, and I was a little. I was I ate. I think I had a cap or something when I was. That's what I had left, and I was trying to like peel pieces off of that to microdose, and then I got to the point when I was at your place. I was like, "Fuck it," and I just threw the rest in my mouth, and we just figured out see what would happen, and everything kind of kicked in as I left your place. You know what I mean? Like the street was breathing a little bit, and then I got down to the Max station, and I was like, I got a big smile on my face, but I didn't want to be there at all. The smile was a lie. I was really inside. I was just like, I just want to get the fuck home, like now.
Yeah.
So the next train came, and all I remember was like, "Ooh, it's my train!" Like that's. I think I saw the color green, and I was like, "That works!" Like as far as the different colors. And so I got on the train, and I was feeling good, but I'm like looking at my phone, and I'm like kind of happy that I'm looking at my phone, which now you know you're high. So I was just like, and then all of a sudden, like, and it was really peaceful. And I was just like, this is nice. There's no riffraff or anything. It's a nice train ride. And we were going through downtown, and I was like, kind of thinking, I'm like, we should have turned by now, but whatever. I'm just sitting there spacing out. Then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there with my back to the door, and I get this tap on the shoulder, and I have my headphones in, and it's the guy, the security dude. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like, you got to get off. I'm like, I didn't do anything. That's what I said. I was like, I didn't do anything. He's like, no, 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 man, it's the end of the line. I was like, huh? Had me fucked up, man. I was like, what do you mean the end of the line? I was like, the train I get on doesn't stop. He's like, okay. I was like, wait, where am I? And he's like, you're at the end of the line at Portland State University campus. And I was like, oh, so I tried to play it off all cool and shit. I was like, oh yeah, duh, yeah, of course, yeah, duh. That's where I meant to go. Yep. So then it's a weird spot. Like they dump you off on one side of the block, but the Max does like a U-turn right around the building.
Hmm.
So He's like, just go over there and you can get back on. And I was like, oh, all right. So I walk over there, and I think the sign said the train was delayed for an hour. That's what I think it said. So I went back over to him and I was like, hey, where am I? Like, kind of asking again, you know? He's just like, where are you trying to go? And I was like, I'm trying to get my ass out towards Beaverton. He's like, all right. He's like, just go back, get on the Max, go back 3 stops, get to Pioneer Square. And I was like, oh, all right, okay. And I was just like, and I'm high as shit, and I'm listening to music, and I'm just like, it's like, I'm not gonna walk back. I'm not gonna wait for the Max. This is stupid. I was like, fuck this shit. So all of a sudden, I just got mushroom energy, and I was just like, I just bend over, I tied my shoes, I put on the Rockies theme song, then I put my backpack. I had my flannel and my hat on. I buckled up my backpack, did a little stretch, and just marathoned, just full on, just whole ass, except in the middle. I was running down the street, kicking up fucking rain, and all right in the middle, I was just like, time to take a piss. And I just pissed right on. I was like, this is Portland, baby. It's what we pay for. So I was just like, it looked like I was fucking a bush, but I was just trying to get it out quick, you know? So I got that out.
You're trying to pump it out. You're like,
I was like, come on, I'm nervous. I'm high on mushrooms. I'm pissing. I'm in the street. I'm trying to get home, you know? So I'm over here like doing this thing, trying to get it going. And got that done. And I'm running, I'm like jogging and running to the Max. And then there's this person walking my way. You remember where the McDonald's used to be near 10th and Jefferson? There was a McDonald's on like 8th near our house where we lived.
No.
There was a very busy McDonald's
Okay.
across from the Melting Pot, not far from where we lived.
Okay.
And I was running by it, and I was just like,
I know what you're
someone
talking
was
about.
coming. Yeah, and someone was coming my way, and it's all boarded up now. And I was like, as I'm jogging, like, and they're looking at me like, I'm like, a closed McDonald's. You never see those. And I just kept running, and I look back, and they're looking at me like, like that guy just say all that running in a flannel at full speed. Like, and I thought to myself, I was like, this is Portland as fuck. I'm doing it. Like, I'm making it happen. Someone has just gone home and said, Portland is fucking weird. All because of this guy. And as
Yeah.
I get to Pioneer Square, I'm like starting to slow down. And then I realize like the train is pulling up in front of me, the one I want to get on. And I'm like, oh, and it just like ran as fast as I could and hit the brakes like right right into the Max. I just and I slid on my shoes like right across the floor and just kind of like grabbed the pole and hit the door like this. I was like, made it. And everyone's looking at me and I'm like, and then I look around and I see people selling Tide Pods and cooking tinfoil. I'm like,
Yeah.
now I'm on the right fucking train. There we go.
There you
That's
are.
what I did wrong. So yeah, I don't think I'll be eating mushrooms and going downtown anymore. Just not on purpose anyway. But I didn't get shot at this time, so that was good.
Yeah, that's good.
Different
That's a good thing. Yeah.
difference between Portland and Philly. I didn't get shot when I was on mushrooms in Portland. Fucking crazy.
Huh.
But yeah, that was fun. And then I just want to share this experience with you because I got to see another podcast live at work, and they are called Cat and Nat. They're 2 women. They're Canadians, I believe, and the total opposite of the D&D podcast that I saw. So this is these are just a bunch of this. The crowd was 99.8% women, middle-aged women, the kind of women that I should stay the fuck away from. But just drunk, you know, talking about it was really, really bad. But I ended up I was working the door, not inside. I was working the door to get inside, and right next to my door is where the bathroom is. And they turned both bathrooms just into a whatever bathroom because there were so many women. So in any case, and I wasn't even going to work this show, but my boss is like, there's a bunch of middle-aged women. I'm like, yeah, it's my cup of tea. Let's see what the fuck they're all about. There was 500 of them, and honestly, not one. But was I like? And I was like, fuck it, I'm done. I'd rather go date a fucking pile of cling wrap right now. In any case, so I'm standing there. They're doing the show, and I'm peeking my head in, and they're telling like they have a DJ. So it's 2 women. They're up on a riser. They have these cute chairs that they bought. Like, found out later they bought them for that show and spent like $1,000 just on the chairs for an hour and a half. They blew up balloons, and it was supposed to be a party, right? It's supposed to be a party. So they had this DJ. His name was Ramondo or Rolando or some fucking R name. He was a big, thick fella with big old man boobs and muscles and all that shit. And this ended up being, I always forget that Canadians are chill, but kinky. Like you're always like, they're a little extra than America. They are. They're a little less reserved, a little bit more fun, but they don't rub it in everyone's face. They just do it. They're like, oh, fuck Americans. We're just doing what we want to do. But like between English and American is Canadian. And I like that. They're a little bit more fuck you than we are. So in any case, they were like, well, this is what we're gonna do tonight. So they had they were telling dick jokes, and I heard a couple. They weren't jokes, but they were smart enough to know they weren't jokes. People were writing in stories, and they were like, "Oh my god, like what about like this?" And it's just all sex crap, is what it was. All sex. The whole thing was sexualized. But at one point, like they had an intermission, and all these women are in the hallway. It is fucking a mess. I'm like, damn it, why'd I volunteer for this shit? Like, oh, I hate this shit. And I caught myself kind of saying it out loud. So I was like, So I'm right next to the bathroom, and I hear this girl come out, and she's like, there's a lot of women in the bathroom in the back stall. And just said, didn't say it to me, just said it. And I was like, it's snowing in the bathroom. That's what's going on. And so I started listening. I could hear everything, and it got real quiet. And I was like, maybe they're dead. That'd be cool. Could clean that up. Long story short, like 20 minutes later, man, after that comment, 6 people come out, like 6 women. And I was just like, and all of them were kind of like, do I look like, it was like, I was just watching, I'm like, and one came by, and I was like, it's cold in that bathroom, huh? She's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, looks like there was a blizzard in there. Just woof right over her head like a powder cloud. Didn't get it.
Oh man.
So I'm sitting back at my station, and all of a sudden this guy comes up to me dressed like a cowboy. Nobody told me this was gonna happen. So I'm sitting there, and he's got a cowboy hat, he's got everything on, he's a little fella, and not a midget, but a little fella. In any case, he's just like, I didn't see this coming. What I'm about to tell you, I did not see this coming. So he's standing there, and he's got the mask on, like he's gonna rob a bank.
Oh,
and then he's got a rope, like like a lasso rope. And I'm like, do you have a ticket? Like, can't wear a mask, you wear a costume, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, no, I'm part of the show. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'll go. So he could have been lying to me, but I'm like, why would you want to get in and see this? It's not sold out, what? So anyway, I let it. He goes in there, and then I'm watching it, and I'm sticking my head in there, just like this. I'm like, what's going on now? That kind of thing, like all night. I look over in the back, and there's another cowboy that came in the other side. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So now I just step in the room. I'm like, fuck everyone out here. I want to see what happens. So I'm just standing there like this. And all of a sudden, they just dropped the word cowboy, right? And the DJ, Rondolfo, or whatever his name is, he starts playing some hip hop fucking, cowboy, fuck me in the ass music in my minivan. These two start walking down the aisles doing this shit. And I'm like, okay, right on. Should have left the fucking room, man. They get up on stage, and they're full-blown male fucking strippers. And at that point, I couldn't leave. I've never seen one. Today's the fucking day. I'm getting paid to look at dick. Let's see what happens. And I'm gonna tell you something, man.
Look at dick. Did they get all the way down? Like, did they show their dick?
Hey, I'm getting there. So I'm watching these two, and they're dancing. They brought some chick on stage from the audience, and they're like grinding on her and shit. And I'm just like, nice. I was like, your hips are gonna hurt in 20 years, young man. You just wait. But in any case, they're built. They got big old. I mean, they're like me, but like, steroids. So it was like, right on, man. It was like puffy. It was just like, you look good. You got the tattoos in all the right places. I was like watching the curve of their back. I was like, I might be gay now. I don't know, but this is interesting. So in any case, they got all the right tattoos. I'm like, these women are going nuts for this shit. So in any case, there wasn't any dick, thank God. But there could have been if you wanted it. It was because they were like, I thought everyone thought they were done. Like they had their asses out. Like I was like, oh, cheeks, there's cheeks. You know, so I saw everything but the head of his dick, which is plenty. I didn't want to see that. Um, those two did their thing, and then for some reason they called one of the only men in the show on stage, and he's built well, just he's fucking 60 years old, so he looked okay, but he had his ass out too. I was just like, oh man. I was like, he's like a stunt stripper. He's not even a real stripper. He's just drunk and doesn't know what's going on. It got really sloppy there at the end, and I thought it was fantastic. So I
So what you're saying is there was a reason why you worked that night.
there was a reason I worked that night. That if we do anything, we need to hire male strippers. That's it, and not tell anybody about it. I'm serious as fuck too. Like I'm really like I don't want to hire female strippers. I want to fuck with people. Like, all right, check this out. Some shit I found when I was downtown Portland. Amazing what these people do if you can get them out of their tent. They'll take their clothes off. They'll do whatever you want.
No, we gotta like get like two big fat guys dressed up like babies and stuff like that. Like that sort of shit.
Yes, free tickets to the show if you're willing to sit on the stage dressed like that during the show.
Yeah.
Deal. Maybe
Deal.
free. But we'll see how we're doing on tickets. But
yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I was just glad that I saw that. Like I was like, so this is what people pay money for. It's cool. I was like, right on. It's not like female stripping is different. Like they breathe in your ear and shit. Be like I need help with my child support payments. Like what? What'd you say? What is that? It's like I didn't understand that. Just felt hot air in my ear. But yeah, it was cool, man. I enjoyed that a lot. I didn't think I would, but also I felt like these women were probably. I heard them like bitching, like fucking assholes, probably at home, probably not cleaning the house. There was this much fluid on the floor, like a gore show. Everyone had drinks. Hardly anyone brought their cups back. So there was so many fucking cups and cans on the floor. We hold 1,000, only 500 were in there. And at the front stage, the floor was that thick and shit. Just
like
booze, mostly, just because the floor is sloped. So as they spill their drinks, that all goes down. And it was just like, and then they said they were going to do confetti at the end, but it wouldn't go off the stage. None of it landed on the stage. It all landed out in the fucking seats. So we're there in the middle of the. I'm just like in the middle of the night, like fucking janitor style, like trying to clean this shit up. I'm like, fuck women. Like they're at home right now, fucking screwing their husband full of cocaine, and I'm over here cleaning this shit up. Damn it! I want to hold the camera. What the fuck?
Yeah. I want to screw her husband.
I won't hold that camera. You go ahead.
The camera's his dick.
Yuck.
It's great resolution on it.
That was fun. So we both had it. We both had the times with sex and all that good stuff. It's funny how our entertaining anecdotes have to do with drugs and sex. I love that. I mean, Wheeler Walker is drugs and sex, so
yeah, he is that.
That's awesome.
It's a good time to let everyone know that Tony and I will be trying to make our show a little bit better and different software, Zoom. So we wanted to let you all know that we're going to take a little bit of a break to do that. Whether that break is 2 weeks, a month, whatever. We're not putting a timeline on it. So we just want to let you know everyone has plenty of listen to and watch on our channel. We have had, this is number 155. Yeah. So and we're getting towards the time where we need to talk about music. So I just wanted to cram this announcement in and say that you won't be seeing an episode up for a couple weeks. Who knows how long? Just want to let y'all know that we're taking a break to make the show a little bit better, to do a little bit more work on it, maybe revise it, have new things in it. And we both work jobs. Tony works 2. I work 1. We have lives. It takes a lot of time to do all this, so we need to take a little bit of a break.
Alex is being sweet and giving you an explanation. I say kiss my ass. We've done 155 episodes, and So yeah, go watch that. We'll work on some new shit, come up with some new ideas, and then we'll see you when we see you. We love the support, but I'm an asshole, so I'm just gonna say, hey, we really did 155 fucking episodes. I found out that 90% of podcasts don't make it past the first episode. So that's quite a bit of work for a couple of people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. So please enjoy that shit. And because of y'all's support, that's why we're continuing to do this and want to make it better for us and for you. We just want to just want to step it up. So thank you so much for the support. And we will see you all as soon as we get a couple of fun episodes together that we're excited about. We'll post them. And we're looking forward to that same support as we go forward, just to see what the fuck we can do with technology. It's kind of exciting for us. So thank you so much. If it wasn't for y'all watching these fucking episodes, we wouldn't be making more. We would not be investing in this shit.
And another real quick thing just before we get into the music portion. We cleared the wheel out, like everyone should know. Like, we cleared the wheel out, and we're not going to put anything on it until we get back with the new version of the show. If you don't need to suggest anything. If you do, we're not going to be doing it for a couple of months. So just, watch the show, have your suggestions locked and loaded and all that, if you have any. And so you won't be seeing the wheel for a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna have some meetings, come up with some new ideas, and then we'll tell you what we're up to in the future. And like I said, we look forward to your support. Real quick before we dive into music, not trying to add a lot of time, and I don't know if I sent Alex 2 videos, and we didn't really get to talk about this, but I sent him 2 videos. One video was a story about a man who a robot threw him into a machine and crushed his ass in half. I don't know if you saw that one, but that was pretty interesting. That's the future of work. So the robot mistook him for a piece of metal and bent his ass like a piece of metal. He's dead now. So be careful. That's an unfortunate topic. The other thing that I didn't know, we might not talk about it now, but I found a video that I sent to Alex about a woman who fell in love with a fence. So we could save that, but I just want to point out that that's a quick, unfortunate topic that a robot will fold you like a piece of metal. Also, just know that people are in love with other things other than people, including fences, and we will cover that in the future. So that's a reason to watch our new shit. We need to find a way to post a video as we fucking talk about it. Like, that's something that I really want to do because you guys got to see this shit. So yeah, in any case, I think we're at music, unless Alex got anything else to add.
No, music. Madonna.
Yeah, fucking Madonna.
True Blue. Madonna.
Yep.
True Blue came out in 1986. It was her third album, third full record. And what do you think? First of all,
obviously,
this was like a duo pick. You and I both were kind of like, we should put Madonna on it, right?
Yeah, exactly. We both. What's fun about our show is that people think that we would only listen to one type of music, so we really enjoy surprising you all with the shit that we come up with. And as I said, suggestions are cool. We'll talk about that, down the road. But you see how fucking crazy we are. So I go over to Alex's house like last week. He opens the door and this shit's pumping through his house. And he's not in the beginning of the album, so it wasn't staged. Alex has been listening to this shit steadily for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I've been trying to keep up with him. I know that he's probably heard it like 100 times, but it really, honestly, like, if I'm giving it like a full review, I love the album. Seriously, a lot of those songs like bring me back to being a kid or when the shit was on the radio, all that fun stuff. The songs are like, they're just so fucking catchy. So you can't really like not just be kind of into it. And I always see MTV videos in my head because I remember she was one of the first people I remember seeing on MTV with some of these videos like Papa Don't Preach. I remember when that video came out. My dad used to work out in spandex bike pants in front of me, in front of the TV. So I used to watch him working out in spandex bike pants, rocking in my little wooden rocking chair while watching Madonna in 1980, whatever. Papa Don't Preach, I'm in trouble deep. I'm like, this is my fucking life. There's spandex pants. This is fucking weird. Everything was sexualized. Very strange. But I'll say this right out of the gate. The only thing that drove me nuts, I just listened to this live, there's just no goddamn guitar. It's all electronic. That's the only thing. Like after an hour, I'm like, all right, I can't do this. I immediately turn on the Deftones. I was like, I can't do this. Like,
Well, it's
my only hang up.
it's
Not her
club music, you know.
I know. It's supposed to be that way. It's not supposed to have a guitar. But for me, I'm just
For
like,
you, yeah, I get it.
please.
Um, yeah, man,
What do you think?
it's I don't. It's not like I listen to this kind of music, like this style of like pop club, like
Liar.
um, like artist driven music
Right.
that has just one person, a singer. Like most of the things I listen to aren't like. There's a few, but it's not like I'm gonna listen to Madonna. Like that's one person. I usually listen to something that is like a band.
Okay.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's different, but it's one. There's songs in there that you were saying there. I remember hearing them growing up. This album was put out a little bit before I was born, but like they were still relevant when I was like 6 or 7 or
Oh yeah.
whatever. Like like in the mid 90s and early 90s. But like of course Papa Don't Preach, track 7, La Liza Bonita or whatever, track
Yeah.
7.
Lita
Uh,
Bonita. Yeah.
that one is probably my favorite one. It's like one of probably the my most favorite song on the album. And then Jimmy, and then Papa Don't Preach, and Open Your Heart.
I gotta
Um,
cheat for a second. The Bonita one, I always forget. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Last night I said no San Pedro.
yeah,
I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but that shit sounds good, man. It makes me want to drink like a shot of like tequila and have a
yeah.
really pretty woman stand on a stool and slap me in the face. I don't know why. It's just what I feel, and it just like she's taller than me. She's like,
Yeah.
looks down at me, and I'm like, yes, to this
Make
song.
you feel alive, yeah.
This is like this is what you want a salsa to. Like
Yeah.
before salsa was cool, that'd be a fun song to salsa to right there. Yeah, that shit's hot. I like that. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, the only song I probably was just like this, the music I just couldn't get on it. It sounded too cheap. Was the was True Blue the name of the album?
Yeah,
Like the music just sounded too Casio keyboard to me.
yeah, that's what I'm getting
Like
at.
a
Like,
little like it didn't to me. It didn't match the quality, the sound of the rest of the songs on the album. Like that song for me just sounded like the music was too, I don't know, just wasn't and it wasn't like shitty funny. It was just kind of shitty. Like, it could have sounded shitty funny, but it just I don't know, to me it just didn't sound good. But
it kind of reminds me of like music you would hear like with a Mattel commercial for Barbies.
yeah.
You know what I mean? True love, true love, sounds like something from a fucking like a
Yeah.
Hallmark movie. It's something kind of soft and squishy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But overall, I think like for what it is, it's Madonna. She's a legend and she's
fucking
been doing it forever. She has like
awesome.
a bunch of albums, a lot of it's probably horse shit, but she's got that first like, like any legend, the first 4 albums are good. And then
Right,
after that,
right.
she found a acoustic like a guitar and that didn't know how to play it probably and like
So
but
fun fact about Madonna, at one point early in her career, she was in a few other bands. She hails from Michigan and moved to New York City in the late 70s. And
mhm.
it started, a couple of bands here and there. At one point, in one of the bands she was in, she was a drummer.
Oh,
So how about that? Don't that's the only little tidbit I got for you because I just ain't reading 10 fucking pages on Spotify. But in any
right.
case, she was a drummer. And I think that's pretty cool that she obviously has music in her bones. Like she knows how to make music without singing. She can do something else.
Right.
And so obviously she could feel that when she's making the music. She probably had a lot of input on that. But I just feel like she was the singer. They put her in the studio, and then the producer's like, all right, well, we got guitars and cocaine, so let's figure this shit out, and they just filled in behind her. I don't know how much she was really, you know, but I mean, it's also the 80s, so a lot of shit sounds like that. That's just what they had. Like it's a lot of synths and, cheesy like boppity boopity shit. You're like, yeah, whatever. Well, the music's not fucking. I mean, to me, like I listen to the music, I'm kind of like, but the lyrics are good. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like you want to see like King Buzzo in the background, just
Yeah.
fucking hitting it in between, but it's not gonna happen. But yeah, the only the Madonna's rad. There's one lyric in there that I don't that like this morning I was in my apartment making oatmeal and shit, and she has this lyric in one of the songs. Maybe it's in True Blue, I'm not sure, but she says, hang on. I think I wrote it down, but I yelled across my apartment because I was kind of waking up and pissed off. In the song Live to Tell, and Live to
Yeah.
Tell, she says, a man can tell 1,000 lies. And I
Oh,
was just agitated this morning. I was like, so can a woman, bitch. Like, and at that point, I've kind of pictured I should have been wearing like a French maid outfit, cleaning my dishes, just like smoking a cigarette, but mad at the world, like just that, like that would have been perfect. It was funny. I was just agitated this morning and I heard that and I was like, a man lies. Well, let me tell you a story, Madonna. Like, talking back to her. I was sassing the queen. Sorry.
it was Assassin the Queen.
That's fucking funny though. You have any like if you had to pick like your favorite track?
Well, yeah, I does 4, but the track 7, Bonita,
Yeah.
that one.
It sounds the best. Like to me, it's like
And I also like Jimmy Jimmy just because the name of it is kind of funny to me. Jimmy Jimmy. Like
and the way they sing it, oh Jimmy Jimmy, reminds like a 50s pop song.
yeah.
I feel like we're in the back lot for the Grease movie. Everyone forming up. Yeah, it's pretty it was fun to listen to Madonna, honestly.
Oh, it was fun. I had a good time. It's like it's in the era where there's the 3 or 4 albums that were good or whatever, and this is one of them. I don't know. She's a legend. Is still can, I guess, and was definitely a sex symbol. Like she
Yeah.
basically Madonna just being Madonna kind of created Lady Gaga, right? Like
And Britney Spears and fucking Christina Aguilera, like a bomb exploded after her. All these girls wanted to be like her.
But I think Lady Gaga, for sure, definitely takes a lot of influence from her because Madonna was like doing crazy sexual stuff on stage, like a virgin and all that stuff, like
Right.
when she like in the 80s and stuff. So like, and that's what Lady Gaga does, even though that's some of the worst sounding music I could ever think of. In my opinion.
She's an actor now. She doesn't talk about her music career anymore.
Yeah. But so is Madonna. Madonna and fucking Dick Tracy.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Fucking A. I've seen that movie 1,000 times. I don't want to ruin the ending, but Madonna.
Yeah, Madonna.
Yeah, man. Fucking how about that, huh? But hey, if it wasn't for Madonna, you wouldn't have people like Britney Spears dancing with a fucking knife on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't have happened. It's like, I listen to Madonna. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Britney? Like, Jesus Christ. Madonna, call this chick. Rope in your people. Fuck.
Yeah, rope in your people. It's crazy. Is Madonna's like 65.
And in the right light, she looks good. But
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of pictures of her in sunglasses now. She's actually going on tour soon. We'll get tickets. But
Well, here the thing is like there's such a like unbelievable like beauty standards, especially nowadays and in this country. It's like people won't let famous people like I don't know, like if she looks 65, that's good. She's supposed to. She is 65, and I hope she looks all wrinkled and old and sinewy. Like she's got 6 fucking kids. Like
what?
Yeah, she has 6 fucking kids. 6 of
Oh,
them.
I didn't know she had one.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
Oh,
she was married to
uh,
Guy Ritchie.
yeah, yeah, the
Maybe.
director.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah,
that's where her kids come from. And
damn,
she married Sean Penn briefly too.
damn, right on, man. Man, it's
Yeah.
just people fucking people. That's cool.
Yeah. People fucking people. It's a beautiful thing. People fucking people.
They just meet at different parties than we do.
Yeah.
I didn't know she had 6 kids. Huh.
Yeah. 6 fucking kids. She's 65. I hope that she looks that. That's awesome. She should. Like,
So in that song, Papa Don't Preach, she did keep the baby.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Got it. So I thought it was fake. Does she really have a kid in that song?
I have no idea.
They don't
I've
put
got,
that on the internet. No, I don't know. It always
um,
made me wonder.
but if I had to rate this album 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10 meaning for her, like on this scale that she should be graded on, not just the general I like this or I don't. Like, I'm gonna grade it on Madonna scale, like what I think of Madonna.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a 7, 7.5, 7.5.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. I give it a 9.
Yeah.
To me, it's like to me, other than some of the annoying sounds, like I don't know, it's fucking
Mhm.
Madonna. I think it's pretty fucking. It's just yeah, it gets a 9 for me. The only thing that annoyed me was the music. Some of the music annoys me, but beyond
I think
that,
that's
I'd
why.
say
Yeah, that's kind of why it was like on the lower. Like, to me, 7.5 is good. Like, 7.5 is, I don't know, any movie that you would watch that you're like, I don't love it,
oh,
but it's
hey, right.
a good
The only
movie.
reason the reason I'm saying 9 is because I listened to her other shit today too, and it's
Hmm.
way the fuck off. So to me, this particular album
Yeah.
is that like if I'm rating what I heard, this is really fucking good. Like there's a reason that people still try to find this record.
Mhm.
So to me, yeah, it's a 9. There's nothing fucking wrong with it at all, except like I said, just some of the music. I'm just like fucking turn it off. But
Yep.
I think it's fucking great, and it takes me back. I like music that takes me back. The funny thing is listening to this yesterday, and then Spotify went on a journey, and I was listening to all these fucking cool '80s like pop songs you don't think of, that kind of shit. And then I go buy weed, and they're playing like the same fucking music. So I was just like, this is fucking great. And they're like, I was like, they're like they didn't know why I was so excited. I was like, I just spent the last 11 hours and the whole day before that alone. I was like, and y'all are playing the same music that I was listening to my house. This is nuts. And they were like, okay, crazy. What kind of weed do you want?
Okay, crazy. What kind of weed do you want?
Slowly losing my shit. It's great. But no, yeah, anyway, we both obviously enjoyed the fucking record. We have a lot of respect for Madonna. Of course, just understand, Madonna, if you actually happen to watch this, I want to know your real name. And also, don't take offense. Shit sounds really good.
I think I saw it when I was looking her up. I just forgot to write it down. Like, something Louise, something like that. I don't know. There's like,
Thelma
yeah.
Louise? No, I'm just kidding. That'd be cool.
Well, it said her full name, and her full name was in front was Madonna. So I don't know. Maybe Madonna is her actually
Oh,
fuck her.
well, shit on me. All right.
I
Whatever.
don't know. It just said Madonna, blah 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 blah.
Right. She
I
just
don't know.
added the first. Who knows? But hey, that's cool. But honestly, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I never sat down and listened to this record before, and
Mhm.
it's been around for like 30 or 40 years. So it's kind of cool to see what everyone else is. All these girls that I've hung out with and whatnot over time, like they all grew up listening to this kind of shit. So it's kind of interesting to be like, oh, cool. So this is what the fuck you were in, like, the stuff that was being poured into your brain while I was listening to the Cars or what. I don't know what the fuck I was listening to.
Right.
But actually, it was Shaquille O'Neal back then. He had a rap album. Look it up.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Can we rock? What's up, Doc? Can we rock? Come on, motherfucker. A tisket, a tasket, I rip down the basket. Come on, motherfucker. Yeah, Madonna was out. I'm listening to Shaquille O'Neal, motherfucker. That's what's going on.
um, her Madonna was born Madonna Louise Saccone, or yeah, something
Damn,
like
she's
that.
a gangster out of Michigan. How about that?
But whatever her last name is. I'm an idiot. But her real name, her given name is Madonna. So it's not a stage name necessarily.
It's not a stage. It's not a stage.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna go out on a limb. Lady Gaga's name's not Lady, I don't think.
It's probably closer to meat suit than anything.
I mean, that's what.
Probably meat suit. Like I think like meat suit's her middle name. You know, Lady Meat Suit Gaga.
Ah, I want to meet Mr. Gaga.
Mr. Gaga.
Yeah, what's Mr. Gaga?
Mr. Gaga. It sounds like Mr. Magoo, but more dignified. All right. Well, we got. All right. Well, we both have jobs we have to give to because we're fucking killing it in life. But that was that was funny. So we're not talking about new music. We just like Alex gave you the service announcement. Keep an eye out for us. We'll let y'all know we're coming back with new episodes and how you can watch them. We have some goals, so we'll make those happen, and then we'll see you soon. Cool. That's it.
Cool.
Bye. Thank you for making these 155 episodes mean something to us. We do appreciate it, and we look forward to making 6 or 7 more before we stop. So, we appreciate that. Just kidding. You want to tweak your nipples or anything? No, you good? All right. He's not much at goodbyes, but I am. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.